Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're jumping into the awesome, super creative world of Scartch. So if you've ever had an idea for a game or an animation, but just didn't know where to begin, well, you're in exactly the right place. Let's get into it.
Does this sound familiar? You've got this amazing idea for a game, right? But the second you start thinking about all those lines of complicated code, it just feels impossible. Well, what if I told you that you could start programming like right now, without typing a single word of code?
And that, my friends, is where Scartch comes in. It's this incredible tool designed specifically to turn your ideas into reality. And believe me, it's so much easier to get started than you think.
So what is Scartch exactly? Well, it's a visual programming language that was made to make coding concepts simple and, most importantly, fun. This isn't about memorizing weird syntax, it's all about understanding logic and just bringing your creations to life. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like you're playing with digital Legos. See, each block is a command. It's a little piece of code. You just snap them together in the right order to tell your characters what to do. It's really that intuitive. And the benefits here go way beyond just making a fun little game. With Scartch, you're actually learning the core concepts of programming. You know, things like sequencing, loops, and logic that are the foundation for every coding language out there. It builds such a strong base for when you want to learn other languages later on. Oh, and did I mention it's completely free? Plus, you can share everything you make with a huge global community.
All right, let's pull back the curtain and take a look around your new creative studio. The best way to think of the Scartch interface is like it's your own personal digital stage.
So the first thing you'll see is the stage. This is the big screen where all the action happens. It's where your characters will move, your animations will play out, and your game will totally unfold. Then, over on the side, you've got the command blocks area. This is basically your toolbox, and it's packed with every possible action you could ever want, from moving and talking to playing sounds and even keeping score. Now, right in the middle, you have the script area. This is where you get to be the director. You just drag those blocks from your toolbox and snap them together here to build out the instructions or scripts for your actors. And finally, down at the bottom is the sprites area. Think of this as mission control for all your characters and objects. From here, you can add new actors to your stage or pick which one you want to give directions to.
Okay, so let's talk a little more about those actors. In Scartch, we call them sprites, and they are literally the stars of your show. A sprite can be a character, an object, really, it can be anything at all you want to bring to life on your stage. And what's really cool is how much control you have over your sprites. I mean, you can change a sprite's name, its exact position on the stage with X and Y coordinates, which way it's facing, whether you can see it or not, and even its size. You are in complete command of every single actor on your stage.
All right, enough talk. You know, the best way to learn this stuff is by actually doing it. So let's build our very first, super simple animation together right now. Come on, let's make something move. We're going to keep it nice and simple for our first project. Here's the goal. We're going to make a basketball sprite jump to random spots on the stage, and each time it moves, it'll play a little sound. Sounds easy enough, right? So, here's the recipe for our animation. First, we gotta choose our actor, so we'll swap out the default cat for a basketball. Next, every script needs a trigger, so we'll go to Events and grab the When Green Flag Clicked block. That's what tells our program when to start. Then, we add the action itself, the Go to Random Position block to make it move, and a Play Sound block for a little audio flair. And finally, to make it happen more than once, we'll wrap those actions in a repeat loop. And that's it. Our whole script is built. And once your script is all put together, these are the only two buttons you need to know. The green flag pretty much says go, and the red stop sign, well, you get the idea. So go ahead, click that green flag, and watch your basketball spring to life. How cool is that? You just made your first animation. But moving stuff around, that's just scratching the surface. The tools you just used can do so much more.
So, we just used motion and sound blocks. But what if we use those exact same ideas to draw something? Scartch has this amazing pen feature you can add, and it basically turns any sprite into a digital paintbrush.
The logic for this is actually really cool. You tell a sprite to put its pin down on the stage, move a certain number of steps forward, and then, and this is the key part, turn exactly 90 degrees. Then you just repeat that sequence. Move forward,
turn 90 degrees, 4 times. And just like that, you've used a few simple commands to program a sprite to draw a perfect square. It's basically geometry in action.
And that's really the magic of Scartch. Once you get the hang of how to combine these simple blocks for motion, looks, sound, and control, the creative possibilities are, and I mean this, truly endless. You can build anything you can possibly imagine.
So there you have it. We went from a simple idea to actually building an animation. You now have the fundamental tools of a creator. The stage is set, the blocks are all there waiting for you, and the power is in your hands. So, the only question left is, what are you going to build first?